Hi guys, my name is Matti Sulanto and I'm a photographer, and this is Aleksi, my photographer friend. You all know him already, he's been in many of my videos previously. Today we are talking about whether you need the latest camera and latest sensor for your travel photography. What's your camera today?
Well, I've got my old A7S.
A7S?
10 years old actually, so it's actually old versus new today, I guess.
Yeah, mine is the A7 IV, so mine is almost the latest Sony. Yours is almost the first Sony, not quite, but almost.
Almost the 2014 or something like that.
So Alex, you have the Sony A7S, the very first one. Why do you have such an old camera and why do you prefer that?
I somehow never could let this one go. I love the sensor in this so much. I still think it's one of the best sensors on some levels. I'm not saying that the new ones are not, good in their own way, but somehow I like the way it renders. Sometimes I like a little bit low megapixel count, and it's really good in low light still. I don't mind shooting into 25,600 and so on. Another benefit with this camera is that it has, via an app, the same kind of function as Olympus Live Comp. So it's one of the few Sony cameras that has that available in it. So it's quite good for, whatever low light shooting. So what about you? You've got a relatively new Sony camera. Why do you shoot with that?
Well, I got this originally because I thought it had a good combination of video and photo features, and it doesn't have too many megapixels, 33. It's, I think, a pretty good sweet spot for a full frame sensor, 24, 33, something like that. I'm not sure if this is my favorite camera, but I like this a lot. It makes good video, good pictures, and yeah, it's just a really good compromise because I need a good video features too today. So I guess that's why I have it.
And you have a nice small prime on it, so it's a nice package.
Yeah, it's a 40 f2.5. I love this lens. I love all these Sony G series lenses, but this particular is probably my favorite. It's so nice.
I have instead a big behemoth of a lens today for some reason.
I wanted to ask you about it. I will later.
I'll let you know why.
We both recently came back from a long journey close to the equator, very far south from Finland. And the light over here, I think, is beautiful, especially in the summer. How would you characterize the Nordic summer light compared to southern India, where you spent your winter?
Well, definitely in southern India the light is more diffused always. Here it's the air is somehow very crystal clear, and there's a lot of shadows, there's a lot of contrasts, there's a lot of harsh light, so to say. So you get kind of very hard light, and I like that, but I also like the diffused light in South India, which makes for more moody pictures in another way. Both are nice in their own way. So what about you? How do you feel the light differs from Malaysia, Thailand, wherever you were this winter?
Many people over there ask if the light is more like low contrast here, but I think the contrast is definitely higher. The sun is really hard and harsh in the tropical climate, but I think because the air is so clean and crisp here, we get a lot harder contrast, and I like that. I like the hard light and shadow that we get here, and I think also somehow the light is maybe a little bit cooler in color. And it might be due to the impurities in the air when we go towards south. There's more humidity and maybe more small particles in the air too. But what about your huge, enormous, gigantic lens? What is that?
This is the 24 to 240. It's quite an old Sony lens. And it's quite funny on this small body. This body is like 420 grams or something. This is actually one of the lightest full frame cameras. Like probably even in the same league as the new Panasonic S9 as far as portability goes. So it's quite funny to put such a big lens on it. But actually even this as a combo is quite nice. And I'm a zoom guy. I like my zooms every now and then. I somehow, for my travel and my relaxation type of photography, I like compression, I like long focal length. So this is kind of my fun lens.
You have the old original A7S.
Oh yes.
And this huge, ridiculously big zoom lens at least big on that camera.
Actually, I should have put on a little pancake 35mm today on it to showcase how small it can be.
No excuses.
No excuses.
No excuses. Would you... Let's wait for the tram to pass. There's another one. Helsinki is such a busy city on a sunny summer day like today.
The trams are good for exploring the city, by the way,
yes.
if you're here.
So, would you explore with that camera lens combo if you went for round the world trip or something?
I think I could do it. There's some limitations, of course. There's no IBIS in this, but there is in the lens. But actually the low light capability is so good that it doesn't really matter because you can crank your shutter speeds, your ISO as much as you want. Maybe the biggest limiting factor for fast photography is that it has only contrast-based autofocus.
Yes.
It doesn't have any kind of phase.
You're happy with that old technology and that old 12 megapixel sensor.
The megapixel,
pathetic.
Yeah,
12 megapixels.
the big thick pixels are great in this one. I have no problem with the megapixel count actually. I kind of enjoy it because I'm quite a prolific photographer, meaning I take tons of photos. So when I get back with 100,000 photos from my worldwide trip, I'm happier that they're 12 megapixels than my Sony A7R5 with 60. What about you? You have 33 megapixels. Is that a good sweet spot or too little, too much?
I think, first of all, it's kind of interesting that today we think that 12 megapixels is pathetic. But remember...
Maybe you do, I don't.
Remember, for example, the Canon 5D. It had 12 megapixels. And we all shot so many commercial assignments on that camera. And it was just fine. It was good for everything. I think at that point we all hoped for maybe a few more pixels, but still it was good enough for so many things. And now we think 24 or 33 is somewhere in the middle, and we even have 60 or 100 megapixels. And when I think about myself, most of my pictures today, they are only in my videos, 4K resolution videos, about 8 megapixels. So 33 is plenty enough for me. But I like the little bit of like tolerance. It gives me margin of error, call it whatever you want.
Safety net.
Yeah, safety net, let's call it that. Alex, there's one more thing I want to ask. You said just a couple of minutes ago that your travel photos are just snapshots.
Did I say that?
You said that. You said that. I have it here in the video. Yeah. Everyone witnessed that already. So what do you mean by that?
Well, I think actually I have two types of shots. There's the snapshots that I take for my own memories. Then there's the other type of shots where maybe I go out for more photographic purposes. But when I'm out with family in India, you know, the photos are not meant to be for exhibition online or in my portfolio or whatever. So I don't really care so much about them being photographically perfect. They're just for my own use and for my family's use. So it's not always important that the pictures are somehow perfect in that sense. Does it make sense?
It makes sense, or maybe it's an excuse
for
you being a bad photographer. I don't know, but it's a good sort of explanation or excuse anyway. You told us that you would not hesitate to travel with that lens camera combo, with that gigantic zoom lens and that ridiculously old camera body.
I've done it, but it wasn't ridiculously old then. It's only 10 years.
But if you could choose any camera, what would be your dream ultimate travel camera and travel or camera lens combo?
Might come as a surprise to you, but I kind of got the desire to try the OM system OM1 Mark II.
Oh, that was a surprise. I almost dropped my camera. You should have warned me.
I should have warned you, yeah. But you know, I like to take a super zoom with me sometimes, like the Sony RX10 Mark IV. So instead of that, I think I'd take the OM system OM1 Mark II with the 12 to 200 millimeter lens. So I think that would be my next dream travel combo. So how about that?
I'm speechless.
My dream combo was a bit of a surprise to you. Let me say that I'm going to think you're going to say prime lenses and a full frame camera. Am I wrong or right?
You're absolutely wrong.
Oh.
My perfect travel camera would be the Ricoh GR3X.
Oh.
It's such a versatile little camera that I can take with me anywhere. And I just recently saw a really funny comment somewhere regarding the new Fuji X100V and the GR3. The comment went something like this: the Fuji photographer probably has the camera hanging around his or her neck to kind of show it off, but no one even notices the person with the GR. That's the difference. You don't keep or buy the GR to show it off. You get it to be discreet and inconspicuous, and that's what makes it my perfect travel camera, or pretty much perfect travel camera for pretty much everything. And it's such a compact package too.
But what about zooming? I noticed that on your last trip you got a little bit into telephoto photography. You've been hanging out with me too much.
Yeah, you're a bad influence, I admit that. But you know, I'm so happy with prime lenses, and the GR3X is the same angle of view as this 40, so it's perfect for me. That's all we have for you in this video. I hope you enjoyed this little travel camera discussion, and if you enjoyed it a lot, please do buy me a cup of coffee, link down below, and then I can buy Alexi a cup of coffee.
That sounds good. I was thinking, where is my coffee?
Your coffee is coming. We can have a coffee after this.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, thanks for joining in, and thanks Alex for joining in, and
lots of fun to be back and hitting the streets with you and talking cameras.
Yes, and we will make at least one more photo walk video this summer here in Helsinki. Thanks guys one more time. See you in the next one.
See you guys.
Se oli hyvä. Eikö se ollut?
Se oli aika